All right. So we are live. Welcome to the Forgotten Throne. Obviously, we've been doing this for 4 weeks now, and we're happy to have you joining us. If this is your first time, be sure to hit that follow button and tune in every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. as these players get into more and more trouble every session. So yeah, I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves and their characters. And I just noticed my screen happens to be frozen. Is that
Yeah,
frozen for you
I
guys?
was just going to tell you that too, that
Yeah.
your screen looks to be very frozen, except for you. You look great.
Let's see if I can unfreeze it. I don't know how to do that. Let's see if I turn off the HD aspect. But at least I look great. That's all that matters, right?
There we go.
All right, so I
I
just
see
have to,
movement.
yeah, I just had to turn off the HD, so no problem there. Okay, I will then close out of settings. There we go. All right, only one hiccup so far. Not too bad, right? So hopefully the audio's working. I don't know if anyone can confirm that real quick. Make sure your guys' audio is working.
Yep.
Okay,
Audio
cool.
sounds good to me.
All right, awesome. Well then, with that, let's go over to Garrick. Also, yeah, Garrick is your character name. Go ahead.
Garrick, he's a very nondescript, very average human male. He basically tries to fly under the radar as far as everything he does, except for a gigantic, brightly colored scarlet macaw named Kraken, who has flown off to get help. Other than that, Garrick typically is a reluctant hero. He'd prefer to live the comfortable life, but he knows that sometimes tough things need to be done, and he'll just get up and do it, and then go back to partying. So.
Awesome. All right, let's jump over to Meek.
Uh, Hello. Meek is. I'm Lady Tiefling, and I'll be playing Meek, who is a Tiefling Divine Soul Sorcerer. Who? What was the description I used last week? I think Gremlin Trash Panda, along those lines, something. But yeah, she's kind of eccentric, doesn't know what's going on. A lot of my own energy goes into this character. So
We all
me.
love Meek, so it's okay. And let's jump on over to Eva.
Hi. I unmuted, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
I know how to do things. Well, I'm Cornelius, and I'm going to be playing Eva. She is a half-elven paladin who doesn't actually know she's a paladin yet. She's just started to figure out that she can do things that not everybody can do, i.e., she healed herself the other day after she got her arm sliced open by a zombie. Somebody that had a bug
something
in its head. It was something.
Something, all right. Something did slash her.
Something cut open her arm, and somehow, she doesn't know how, she was able to heal herself. So we'll see how that goes.
And last is our somewhat brave, sometimes scared half-orc, Renmer.
Hey, I'm Tom TP Grant. I'm playing Renmore, the mostly brave orc, except when magic's involved, and then he gets freaked the fuck out, which was most of last session. Most of last session was him freaking out, but he's faced some adversity now. So my prodigy of a great fighter is starting to get a little more comfortable in fights, as he had his first real scrap in the mud with the monster last time and very almost died, really close to died.
Confirmed, literally in mud.
Yeah.
And literally destroyed it after that. So.
Yes, and so he's gonna start feeling a little more comfortable on the battlefield, which might not be a good thing for his longevity, but
I mean,
yeah,
are we sure of that?
Huh?
Are we sure of that though?
Oh, well, I mean, he gets battle maneuvers now, so I'm just going with that. But Renmore is feeling a little more comfortable. Still got a little bit of the yips, but is now been through more than he's been through like in his life. Face some actual adversity.
Awesome. All right. So again, if this is your first time, be sure to hit that follow button. Last session, these players were very courageous. Even Renmer under magic. They fought a pretty first they burned a stick bug out of its little hole with tons of wood, and I think they were just trying to smoke it out, but they just bonfired the thing. And then I believe Meek ate it, which was interesting.
Metal.
Unexpected, to say the least.
Then we ended up tracking down the other stick bugs to this cave, which upon arrival, there was a large creature, very, very large. Think like Killer Croc from the DC universe, and with bigger claws and a long tail, and he whiffed on, I believe, Eva or Renmer, and put a crater in the ground, and they still fought him, and I think Renmer took some damage, but thankfully he's a half-orc. So he survived it, and then the players were investigating, while that was going on,
I actually believe if I had a little bit more damage, I would not have gotten my enduring resilience. I would have been insta dead if I had 2 less hit points.
Oh, that would have been great. I mean, not that I want you guys to die.
I know it would have,
but it would have been fun.
It would have been dramatic,
right? So then there was a character who came out of the cave that was recognized by Meek as a skeletal witch thing that cast a spell on her and paralyzed her while she was half awake, and took some vials of blood of her, or a vial of blood of hers. And Garrick recognized it and noticed it was a Druid Lich, and this appears to be the lair. And the players, we're messing around with these vines and roots at the entrance, and that's where we left off. As something was creeping through the vines, as these vines and roots on the wall straight ahead kind of parted and started to come out. That's when we left off. So yeah. All right. So when we left off, that was happening. And who's in the front? Who's in the back? Are you all side by side? What are you guys doing as you see this?
Well, we were all, if I remember correctly, just trying to fight and hack the tree roots, kind of jumping in and out. Meek and I taking pot shots at them. Mm-hmm. The more martial characters going in with blade swinging, and not really having a ton of luck at it.
Correct. Every time you'd hack it, some more roots would come and kind of take its place. You did some cantrips as well that kind of did the same thing. I mean, you could see damage being done to these roots, but they kind of would just slink away to protect the injured one, and a new one, a fresh one, would sort of take its place. When this thing starts coming out through the roots and vines, sort of like it's coming through curtains, right? You see that the roots even on the floor start to part from it. And all the way up to you guys, the roots on the ground part. You can see the surface is a damp dirt, a very dark dirt. And everyone who's looking at this, you see this flower type thing that's kind of spiraling. It's like a purple and yellow. And anybody who's looking at this, give me a charisma save.
Oh, good. I'm great at those.
I'm good at those. I can do that.
I'm so good at those.
What was that? Constitution?
Charisma.
Charisma.
I rolled.
Charisma. I rolled a great first roll of the night, which was a natural 1.
Oh, atta
Oh,
girl.
that's your
And then-
strength too.
Yeah. Oh, but it's a saving. But does modifiers matter?
Typically it does. However, I do crit fails and crit successes on every D20 roll.
Okay. Because it is a +6, but it was a natural 1.
You still wouldn't have made it if that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6, and with my modifier, it becomes a 4.
Oh God.
We should probably
Garrick.
not let you talk to anybody in the future, by the way.
Garrick, what did you get?
I got a 20, so I'm okay.
Okay, fair enough.
What'd you get, Eva?
I got a 16, so I'm pretty sure I'm okay.
So yes, you would be okay, Eva.
Okay.
Meek, because you crit failed, you feel compelled to run up and like really investigate this thing. Like, this is the most beautiful flower you have ever seen in your life. And it's so big, you're just enamored by it. Renmer, you are also feeling compelled to come towards the flower. Not quite as much as Meek, but you think this is the most beautiful piece of nature you've seen in a long time. And Garrick and Eva, you guys are like, oh, that's kind of pretty, but that's about it. I mean, it doesn't phase you two.
Yeah. Would you even go as far as to I feel like Eva would be suspicious about it, considering where we are, what we've been doing for the past like 10, 15 minutes. All of a sudden,
Sure.
a big ass pretty flower shows up. It's probably like brightly colored and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's and especially since for the last like couple miles, everything is just black and gray and brown. And this is the only thing, other than anything you guys might have on you, that has any color that you've seen in a while.
This is very out of place.
So everyone roll
Yay.
initiative.
It's beautiful. Okay. All right. Are the charmed people, are we rolling initiative? Or are we rolling with disadvantage?
You are
or-
rolling initiative.
Yeah. I rolled a 12. I was gonna say I thought it was a 2 initially. I'm like, that's most appropriate.
All right, so
I rolled
Renmer's got a
8.
12. What does Meek have?
8.
8. Okay. What's Eva have?
6.
6. And what does Garrick have?
15 plus 3 gives me an 18.
Excellent. And I rolled a 1. Beautiful. All right. So even the
Wonderful.
poor rolls by a couple of our players, they're okay. By the way, too, I just want to mention for our viewers, if you want to check it out, we are using D&D Beyond, and so that will show up on the Twitch stream if you're interested in checking out our new stats. We will start with Garrick. So what are you doing as you see this flower kind of spiraling, the head of it spiraling?
Well, obviously, magical flower. People start running towards it. Not good. I mean, I'm assuming that no natural plant will just spring out of nowhere, and I know that we're dealing with a druid lich, so those two combined leads me to think that this is bad.
Yep.
I would like to. I guess first of all, just quickly, do I know anything about this? Arcana, knowledge, nature, anything like that?
Nature. Yeah, give me a nature check.
Okay. So let's see that. 13.
You're not familiar with this type of flower.
Okay.
You do get really bad vibes about it. It's not natural to the area. You've seen similar types of things, more in jungle settings. But yeah, you've never seen something like this far north in a non-tropical atmosphere.
Okay. I'm going to then cast Minor Illusion on the flower. I'm going to make the flower look just the same, except dull all of its colors, make everything just look like less vibrant and awesome than it is. Put a skull and crossbones right on it, and then because I'm an illusionist, I'm going to have the actual skull on the skull and crossbones say, "Stay back," and we'll leave it at that.
All right. Have inspiration. I like that.
Good.
Okay.
And
So,
I'm gonna kind of stay where I'm at and kind of keep an eye out on what's going on here.
Okay. So Renmer, you see what he just described. You're seeing this flower. You're really kind of enamored with it, and all of a sudden it changes to, you said basically black and white, correct? With then
Yeah,
skull and
it dulls
crossbones on
the color is dull, like almost like it's fading out or dying.
So I do.
So
Am
here's
I
what I'm going to do.
spend my turn in a certain way based on the effect it has on me?
So right off the bat, you get advantage to make a charisma save.
Thank you, Garrick.
Garrick did get inspiration for that, by the way.
All right, so I rolled a natural 1 and a 9, which goes down to a 7 because -2.
so Renmer, you realize maybe it wasn't the colors that were drawing you to this. Maybe it was the shape.
It's a really lovely shape. It's just really lovely.
Yeah, and as a half orc, I mean, skull and crossbones isn't anything to be afraid of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with I like tighten up for a second and then I just kind of relax again and I actually let my short sword drop as like my hand just comes open and I'm just drooling looking at this thing.
Okay, cool. Next up is Meek. So you see the same thing that Garrick had announced. Give me a advantage charisma saving throw.
25.
Oh yeah. So as soon as the color kind of fades out of it, you feel the effect wear off of you.
Okay, but it's still a pretty flower in front of me. But I see his illusion.
Yes.
So instead of going and touching it with my hand, since I made the save, I'm gonna instead cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
And use my Mage Hand to still go to try to touch it because I'm still curious about what it is. So
does that ruin the illusion, by the way, Garrick? I think we asked this last time. Interacting with the illusion can cause it to go away, right?
Yep. Interacting with the illusion will cause it to be.
Oh, even
basically,
if
you can see through it.
So even if like so I guess my Mage Hand would go through that illusion to try to touch the flower.
Yeah, as soon as you try to touch either the flower, the skulls, or whatever, you're actually interacting with it. It would make it appear that it's an illusion. So basically, you'll be able to see that I cast an illusion on it, but I'm not really trying to hide the fact that I'm casting an illusion on it. I just don't want you guys to walk up to it. So
yeah,
hold one person
then
out. So that's
I'm
good enough.
gonna still try to use Mage Hand to interact with it and see what happens.
Okay. So what's that look like? I should say.
For me, Mage Hand, it probably would just be kind of like a red spectral floating hand that kind of looks like her hand, which is just like impish with like long nails and maybe like a little bit of like a flame effect.
All right. So as this hand kind of floats forward and touches this flower, the illusion comes off and you see the colors pop right back instantly. Bam! And then it like twists and then you see this like liquid come out of the head, like where the pollen would normally be. You see this like liquid like sputter out in a 15-foot cone and then drop to the ground. And next up would be Eva.
Renmer, did you say that you were walking up to it?
Yeah, I am. It's really pretty.
Yeah, he's in the cave now, so he probably made it 15 feet. He didn't.
It's
run
natural beauty. Like it can't be harmful.
Oh my god!
Nature doesn't kill anything, right?
Holy shit! Can't with you. Done. All right.
I left my short sword back there if you want it.
Yeah, like that's probably what got my attention. The clatter of the short sword on the ground. I'm like, that's not fucking normal. Not from you.
He's trying to pick a flower for Grona.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh
Do you
my
think
God.
Laura wants to play Grona sometime?
She wants to. You know what? She's honestly like in the other room. She'd probably be in here in a second if she could play. If she could play the half orc that kicks my ass later in
Oh,
this.
how funny.
We might have to
Oh
work that out off
God.
camera sometime.
I love that. Eva's not having any of it because she knows that's obviously a bad. But apparently Renmer digs nature. So she's just gonna, I think she's just gonna run forward and try to like grab his arm or something and stop him from going further in.
Okay. All right. I like that. It is now its turn.
Oh.
And
Shit.
so when this liquid came out, it was right at the feet of Renmer. Like it didn't hit him. He hadn't walked close enough yet.
Yeah.
But he is now in that range, right? Meek, you didn't move in. You stayed where you were at, correct? At the mouth.
Yeah, so I would have been 30 feet away from it because that's the range of Mage Hand.
Yep, and that's how far you guys were anyways, because that's where that wall was. You guys can see now that wall is not there. Well, it is, but it's just like hanging roots. It's not, there's no dirt behind it though. Where that plant came from, there's just air. And it's real, it's not like a big gap or anything. And the hallways, like I said, kind of T a little bit, right? So you can go right or left there at about 30 feet in. Now, Renmer is going to have to give me a dex save.
Ooh, I'm not particularly good at those either.
Since
That's a
I'm
natural 20.
Natural 20. All right.
fuck it, never mind.
So you still are going to take some damage, but only half.
Excellent.
You take 4 acid damage.
Ooh.
So this flower sputters and shoots more of this. And this time, Renmer, you're close enough to see that it's got some color to it from the light behind you. You can see it's like a green liquidish acid. And you can feel it kind of burn a little bit.
I just kind of like instinctively like shift my shoulders and like try to duck out of the way, and it like catches me. Does that wake me up, or am I still
100% you are out of it now. You are no longer charmed by it.
Okay, so I just like kind of and then look at it and then look back at the flower, and it's like, oh.
What you see though are some of these roots and vines that are here. Less the roots, it's more the vines, start to kind of come out at you off the wall. So give me an athletics check.
Ooh, that I am good at.
Beat a 16?
I don't think
Natural
so.
1.
So you only have your one sword, correct? You left
Yep.
one of them.
I'm wearing more swords, but I
Sure.
only have the one out.
All right. So as you try to dodge most of the acid, and you do fairly well from the 15-foot cone, you are paying so much attention to it that you barely notice these vines come out to grab you. And when they do, you it's almost like you thought you were going to move out of the way, but instead you just moved right into them.
Mm-hmm.
And you are not only grappled, but you are now being pulled, like stretched.
Oh. Ooh, I'm being drawn and quartered.
I have a question. So I ran in there after him.
Okay. Give me an athletics check, Eva.
Shit.
I forgot you grabbed his arm.
Yeah. I was gonna ask too. Did I
Athletics
need to...
can be dex or strength, by the way. You just have to be at a 6.
Am I grappled or restrained?
Restrained right now.
Okay.
Well, we'll see. We'll say you're grappled for now.
So you said I could do athletics or acrobatics.
Athletics can actually be strength or dex based.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a weird. I think it's in Xanathars or something. I don't know. We'll rule it that way. You can athletics or acrobatics if you want that.
16.
Yeah, you make it. It was only a 6. So, so you dodge it, almost like Renmer moving into it. like you would probably think he sacrificed himself so that they didn't get you. That's
I-
how bad it looked.
Exactly what it was.
I think he zigged when he should have zagged.
It was
Right.
literally the save was a 6.
Right.
I could have. I literally.
Yours was 16.
Only,
I rolled two
mine was.
different.
I was to say I
Yeah.
literally only would have failed on a natural one.
And then it is Garrick's turn.
Okay. I mean, at this point, we are realizing that this thing is damaging.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I'm going to go for a little bit of necromantic damage. I'm going to use Toll the Dead on it.
Okay.
So it gets a DC 14 wisdom save.
Yep, I made it.
The plant made a wisdom save?
Yep. I rolled high.
All right.
Sorry.
Then, no.
Oh, and it's a
that's-
cantrip, so there's no half for damage, right?
Yeah.
Yep, no half. It's just that's it. So I'm going to continue to stay out of the way. Give
Smart.
them plenty of room to run out.
All right, next up is Renmer. You feel your arms being pulled. It's a nice stretch.
Yeah. It's all right. So I'm assuming athletics out of it.
Yeah, or acrobatics, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Let's go athletics. So there we go. That's a 16.
All right, and then I will roll for it. Yep, you get out. So
All
you're
right.
able to pull your arms out of it, and actually you pull the vines with it.
All right.
They were actually surprisingly pretty weak. You're shocked they caught you off guard the previous round. Now, obviously, you can't attack it because you used your action. Do you want to do anything else? Move or?
I'm gonna reach down behind, like, small my back and pull out the dagger that I'm carrying in my offhand.
Okay.
To just be ready. If any more of them come, I'm gonna try to cut them up.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Next up would be Meek.
Okay. So the flower is still there.
Oh, yes.
So
Yep.
I mean, it's a flower, so it can't like fire, right? So I'm gonna throw a firebolt at it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Eat.
that's my gut. I'm gonna throw a firebolt
Yeah.
at it. So I'm gonna make a ranged spell attack. That is cocked. That is not great, but I have a lot of bonus. 8, 11, 12. 14 to hit?
Yes, you do hit.
Okay. So that's going to be 10 points of damage.
Nice. That's
Fire
pretty.
damage.
That's pretty
done.
good. That is.
Yeah, that was
pretty-
max.
Pretty good. So you hit it. It clearly did not like it. It tries to pull back a little bit, and you see some of the roots kind of cover part of it as it's fading back behind the wall a little. It is now Eva's turn.
Cool. Let's see. Can't do that. So I'm gonna be completely honest. I just realized I forgot my dice in the other room. So like I've like
I
my
can roll
ring
for
is
you.
my ring is a D20. So
Okay.
that's gotten me this far. But now it's my turn to actually, do shit. And I don't know my spells, so
Right.
or well, Eva doesn't know that she has spells. So would someone mind rolling for me? Can
what do you
that
need?
be a thing?
Just-
Let's see. Where are my weapons? God, I haven't used this in a week. I
Your
don't know what I'm doing.
Rapier,
Let's
right?
see. Yeah. I rock a rapier most of the
Do you have
time.
your character?
What-
up?
And what's
Yeah.
your bonus?
Rapier's a dex bonus, so that's +4.
+4 and then +2 proficiency.
Hold on, I'm pulling up her character. It's
I would
her
assume,
rapiers.
yeah.
I got a nat 20 with a +6, so a 26 if you want to take that.
I accept. I accept.
Go for it.
And I'm going after that flower.
2d8 plus 4.
Holy hell.
Who's
All
rolling
right,
it?
2d8. 8 plus 4, 12.
12. All right. So you hacked it with your sword
Yeah.
for 12. All right. So you go up and hack the flower, and like half of its face, like the petals, just shred off. And it kind of droops down and like takes like it looks like a defensive stance as it kind of plops down. Almost looks like it's gonna jump at you. And it is
That's
now
weird.
Yeah, and it is now its turn. And you're
Oh,
close
fuck.
enough now that you can see where the acid was coming out.
Yeah.
It does look like thorns are there with but it looks like rather than like where you would see pollen, it's just a ton of thorns. And it opens up and it lunges at you.
Oh, fuck.
16.
That will miss.
So you have armor, correct? Like a light armor?
Yes.
So it hits
I have medium armor.
Okay, so like leather or something. So it hits the armor. We'll just say whatever it is. But it's not strong enough to puncture the armor. It just leaves like a scratch on your armor.
It mars my breastplate, and I'm not particularly happy about it.
Roll your ring and give me a dex or acrobatics or athletics, both Renmer and Eva. Beat a 10 Renmer and beat a 6 Eva.
Oh, I did. I rolled a 13.
Renmer, what'd you get?
I rolled a 9.
Renmer, you're grappled again. You
I
can
was-
attack
I
while
was about to
grappled.
say-
You're just at disadvantage, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I've been rolling so well tonight. Disadvantage won't hit me at all.
What were you saying, Eva?
I was about to say, I thought he rolled a nat 1 again because he paused there for a second before he announced the number, and I was like, you son of a bitch.
I thought so too.
I'm gonna have to save your ass. Again.
All right. So that was its turn. It can't do anything else. It is now Garrick's turn.
Okay. I'm going to shout out to them. You know we can attack it at range if you move back, and go ahead and do the same thing. DC 14 wisdom save for the plant.
Okay. It did not make it.
Okay, so it is a D12 of damage, which is a 2. 2 points of damage.
2 points. Okay.
2
Now,
points necrotic.
Yep. What? It's been hurt. So what does that do? That just means that
It just went. No, it just went to a D12. The damage is increased if
Gotcha.
it's wounded.
Okay. Cool. All right. And then you're staying back, and we will go back up to Renmer, who is grappled right now.
I would move away if I could, and I'm going to try to rip out again.
Okay. Beat a 14.
I rolled a 16.
All right, you're out.
All right, I'm out, and I got. No, I have to attack to use my bonus action to offhand.
With your dagger, correct?
Yeah.
Or actually, you can choose which weapon, I believe. I don't think.
No, offhand has to be my dagger's
Does
in
it?
my offhand. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I'm gonna play it. If I'm offhanding, it's my offhand.
Sure.
But I have to attack to use my bonus action for that, so I can't do that. Yeah, I'm going to actually move into melee range with the flower.
I like it.
I'm gonna do the opposite of what the smart guy said.
All right. So you move up.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the only Renmore has a bow, but he's terrible with it. So he's just gonna be like, I'm gonna get in close and kill this thing, so it stops grabbing me.
All right. So you move up and you swing your dagger at the flower.
I can't. I can't make any attacks this turn. So that's it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Next up is Meek.
I'm gonna have to go with my bread and butter, which is another firebolt at it.
All right.
Oh.
So does 12 hit?
12 does hit, actually.
Okay. Sweet.
Big money, big money.
Oh, but it only does 2 damage.
Oh,
There is
man.
balance.
You guys are like just nicking it. All right.
We're pruning it.
Right. You're just making it look prettier.
Yeah.
Since Eva last time hacked half of it off, you're just making it look a little nicer. Speaking of Eva, you're up.
Cool. Alrighty then. Let's see. Where did my thing go? I'm losing track of everything tonight. God damn it. This is wonderful.
After your turn, go get some dice.
You're right. I walked out to go get dice and I got distracted and I didn't come back with my dice. I can admit that. You know what? You want to call me out on
You
it?
need to
Fine.
stop working so much.
I'll own up to that. I was trying
you
to
need to quit another 2 jobs.
I was if people would pay me to play D&D, I'd quit everything.
You could play D&D 24/7 if you want.
I would love to do that. Just I gotta find a D&D daddy who would pay me to do that. Paul, I'm sorry, the look on your face right there.
Oh.
I hope somebody clips that shit. That was really funny.
Yeah. That is a term I've never heard before. I've heard all sorts of terms. I've been all over the place, but that is a new one to me.
D&D daddy?
A D&D daddy, yep.
Yeah, D&D daddy. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
I'm
It's
a
all
mess. I'm a mess. Oh, what does this do? And what is the material component? Holy water. That sounds like something I wouldn't have yet.
You're using holy water?
No, the spell bless.
Mm-hmm.
That's a material component for bless. Is a little bit of holy water.
Ah, okay. Oh,
That's
you don't
not
have
something
a
I just like
arcane
readily
or-
carry on hand.
You don't have like a focus or something as a paladin?
Oh, do I?
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
A holy symbol.
I carry an amulet. Yeah, I carry an amulet as a holy symbol, but I don't know it's a holy symbol yet.
Mm.
So again, that old chestnut. I'm going to wait. Are you? Renmer got free again, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't have to do that.
Hit it.
Just run up and hit it again.
Muscle Wizard cast fist.
I don't know about that, but I can cast stabby stab.
That's a good one too.
I can. What kind of damage does a rapier do?
D8
8 plus 4.
It's piercing. I
plus dex.
can pierce it. I meant what type of damage?
Oh,
It's
sorry. my
piercing. So I can do that. So oh no, that's not gonna do me anything. That's a 10.
bad. To hit?
Yeah.
Nope. You
Uh-huh.
miss.
I rolled a 2.
That's pretty impressive, though. Plus 8. Wow.
We're rolling great.
Wait. Yeah. No. Maybe I did it wrong. So it wasn't even 10. No. I just completely did it wrong because I'm garbage at doing this shit manually.
No worries. No worries.
At least it wasn't a 1, though.
Yeah. So, Eva,
I rolled a 2.
these thorns are going to lunge at you again. 18
That'll do it.
for 5 points of damage.
Ow! Where's my health?
We'll just
Oh,
call
there
it
it
a
is.
bite attack.
Top right.
Shit.
All right.
That
And
hurts.
Renmer's ripped off the vines that have been grabbing him, so it does not do that again. And we will go up to Garrick.
I'm gonna go get my dice.
Good
Yeah,
idea.
I'm going to keep doing the same thing I've been doing.
Find
Just
a D&D
give
daddy.
it a wisdom save. Yeah. Find my D&D daddy. Have it make a wisdom save at DC 14.
DC 14. It does not make it.
Okay. This time it takes 9 points necrotic. That's a little bit better.
It's wilting, but it is still upright for a point.
I will stay where I'm at.
Renmer.
I get to attack. Excellent. First attack with the longsword.
Okay.
That is a 19 on the dice. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
missing the hits. I'm gonna make this a goading attack. So it needs to give me a wisdom saving throw. It needs to beat a 14.
It beats a 14. It has a
Okay,
15.
so then I'm gonna do 3, 5. Wow, I rolled like shit on damage. 9 damage.
So what's this look like as you shred it to pieces?
I'm trying to take the thorns off to clear Eva's path to like make another attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking maybe like I kind of bring it across and cut down to like try to take the thorns off, and I just kind of go through and there's not as much as resistance as I expect, and I just go through the whole thing.
Yep. So you kill it. As you kill it, Eva and Renmer, give me one last dex save.
11.
I rolled an 18, so
So Eva, you dodge this last little acid splash that
Mhm.
comes
Oh.
out. Renmer
oh no.
takes 4 points of acid damage.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
I'm going to just straight
As
up.
it dies.
I was
As
not
it dies.
expecting to kill this thing, and there's just this moment of like I look at it like what, and then there's acid splashes in my face, and it's like fuck.
Oh.
All right, so where Eva and Renmer are, you see the roots and everything actually start pulling back, and kind of just pull back into these holes in the ground that you can see. Now, what you see is nice. You see an old. There's actually like a tarp thing that it looks like the vines were kind of and the roots were covering straight ahead that caused the tea. It's tattered. It's who knows how old, but it's very old. But you see, you could go to the right or the left of it, or through it if you wanted.
Gods be damned, I have some of it in my eye. What? Where do you think we should go?
So you're saying there's a tarp?
Yeah, it's like a old like canvas type tarp that's like hanging from the ceiling, and you can see it's like nailed in to the roof. Clearly, something at some point was living in this place, and they use this to help insulate the mouth of this cave.
Okay. Is it something that I can pull off the ceiling with Mage Hand?
You could try. So you do Mage Hand. It's a cantrip, right?
Yep.
So you tug it, and it just crumbles down to the ground. Part of it's probably still hanging up on these pythons, probably, or nails of some sort. It's extremely old. You would probably guess 50 years old, possibly.
Okay.
It's almost like it was being protected by the fact that these roots were here.
Okay. All right. Well,
What is that?
a ratted old tarp.
Why is that here?
Well, when I originally put it there, I thought it would be a great decoration, but whoever's come in here since then has obviously had a different ideas. So
Renmore is just dumb enough to believe this. You have been here before?
Meek
No.
is dumb enough to believe this, so she's just like, "What?"
What?
no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I've never been here before. I don't know. I've never been here before. I don't know who put it there or why, but
Eva walks up to Renmer and like throws her hand like right over his forehead and goes whoosh.
What?
So-
Eva, what are you doing?
So I'd like to just take a moment and investigate and see if I can figure out if there's any like clues as to why this is there or what the original purpose was or
So okay, yeah.
if
So
there's
you
any
would
danger
know,
about it.
Yeah, so you would know. Do a history check.
While he's rolling
History.
juice, I just want to point out I'd go back and get my short sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. 7.
So, common knowledge, if you've ever encountered like kobolds and stuff, they would sometimes use tarps over pits. They would use tarps over entrances. They would put like sticky stuff on it and sharp things. It's possible at one point this could have been a trap. However, there's no evidence of that whatsoever on this tarp.
Okay. So it looks like it might have been some old trap that's so far gone that it's probably not much good anymore.
Yep.
All right, if that's my thoughts, then I guess I'll share that as the only reasonable explanation I can come up with for having this tarp and rubble there.
Mm-hmm.
Are there other traps we should be worried about?
Oh, well, we are in the underground layer of a Druid Lich, so probably.
What?
Mostly plants.
So
A what?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Were you asking about the Druid Lich?
Yes, I'm. What is that?
A Lich is when a spellcaster gets to the point where they know that they are going to die, typically from old age or something. They will sometimes use dark magic to prolong their life and becoming an undead spellcaster. So a lot of pew pew and no blood to drain. So
that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, a lot of pew pew, no blood to drain. So
yes, what Meek said.
You generally need to fight them with some form of powerful magic, which I don't possess. So we will see how this goes.
All right.
I can make fire shoot out of my hands. Will that work?
Maybe that will not harm us, hopefully. But yeah, no, we will need to be very careful. Something that we should consider is that this is a powerful undead creature, and a lot of the things that we would normally use to fight whatever we fought might not be effective. I've never heard of an undead druid like this. I've heard of liches. I've heard of druids, and I can, by the inference of it being a lich, an obvious undead spellcaster, and using druidic magic, I have that inference. But I can't tell you any more than that. So be careful. Try not to run up and get mind controlled by the thing.
Mika's kind of gonna look at Eva, look her up and down, and just be like, how you feeling there? Like you wanna heal or?
Well, I'm bleeding.
So is that a yes?
Yes.
And I'll go ahead and cast Healing Word on you.
That's fine. Like as soon as you ask, she starts to like, she kind of snaps out of it because like, we're all sitting here listening to Garrick.
Uh-huh.
What probably catches your eye to ask her this is the fact that she's just gone completely glassy-eyed.
Yeah.
And is not really paying attention. And so like you ask her that and she's like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, so
are you okay? And she's like,
it's not the best.
I'm bleeding.
So you gain 5. I rolled a 1.
That's as many as I lost today.
It's a little bit better.
Yeah.
I can do that 3 more times. And then I'm out of healing. So I'll
Actually,
save the
I was
rest of it.
just
but-
about to look that up too, because I can do that.
So when the tarp gets, you guys can keep doing what you're doing, but when the tarp gets pulled down, Garrick, you can kind of see straight ahead and kind of off to the right, about 40 feet, this big opening. And there's like dead foliage, and you see some bones and things like that, all just covering the ground right there. It's almost like this was where that flower would leave anything it had eaten. And also looks like maybe it had almost like a snake shedding its skin. It looks like some of the same kind of material, but it's clearly dead foliage. It's all brown.
Well, while my comrades are patching themselves up, I'm going to just take a walk around and see what I can see in the area without being basically out of eye shot of them.
Okay. So when you walk over there, you notice it looks like this probably runs pretty deep. Like if you were to take all this stuff out of there, this was probably a pit at one point. You see a rope that is hanging from the ceiling, and when you look up, you can see it goes up really high, the ceiling, and there's like a ledge up there.
Okay.
And on the ledge, there is actually a small wooden platform on the east side of the room.
As I'm noticing these things, I'm just going to be, casually just saying the things that I'm noticing. Just kind of walking through my observations as I'm walking around, trying to piece things together, so that they don't really have to be looking to understand exactly what it is I'm noticing.
Okay.
How does the rope look? Does it look like it's in good condition, or
looks really old, like the previous tarp? It's frayed, and you're surprised it's still here.
okay? How far up does it seem to go?
About 15 feet.
About 15 feet. Okay. And what is it tied to that I see up there?
A wooden ledge.
A wooden ledge?
Or wooden platform, sorry.
A wooden platform. Okay.
That's hanging off of the ledge a little.
And it seems to be hanging off of the wooden platform. I don't see what it's actually tied to, though, correct?
No, it's tied to the platform.
No, okay. Then I would, just as a safety precaution, like to take my silk rope that I have out of my bag, lay it down, grab it with mage hand, and then send it up there and tie it onto the same platform in a different location.
Okay. The wood looks sturdy. You tie it seemingly no problems.
Okay.
And
I can tie a knot, by the way. So expert knot tire. So there we go.
Is that from your pirate
Tie a
background?
knot.
Yeah. If I don't get a lot of useful stuff from it, but being able to tie a good knot, I can do. So yeah, that's on there. So I've tied that, so we don't have to worry about the frayed rope. And then I just make mention to them what I found, and I guess head back. Now, did you say
Which one of us to climb up?
Well, I can climb up, but I would prefer that someone with armor go up first and just make sure that nothing is going to leap out and bite me. Then after that, I'll be happy to climb right up.
Eva, do you wish to go first, or shall I?
I think we both know that Eva's the better climber.
So we're like shoving each other to get to the rope first, is what you're saying.
Yeah, probably.
Well, there's two ropes if you want to risk it. You could race.
Yeah, 100%. That's what.
Although
I'll take the frayed rope. Fuck it.
All right.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. Renmer, you take the frayed rope.
Oh my god.
Give me an athletics check at disadvantage. Eva, you take the other rope. Give me an athletics check, just straight roll.
Athletics. Okay.
I rolled a 16, but I had a natural 20.
Oh.
Did you beat a 16, Eva? No. So Renmer does this Marine Corps drill instructor boot camp style. No legs, just all arms. Bah, 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 all the way to the top. With his
How
legs
did you
kind of
know
dangling
exactly
like this.
how I was envisioning how Juce is gonna, or how he was going to do this?
I lived through Marine Corps boot camp, so
There you go.
It's a clear vision in my head of what the drill instructors do.
That is pretty impressive.
To be badass. So as you do this, Eva, she struggles on the silk rope a little. She does.
I'm still bleeding.
Yeah. What'd you roll again, Eva? I forgot.
Do I have to answer?
Uh-huh.
No.
I rolled a 2.
So as Eva gets halfway up, she does fall back. Luckily, she falls onto a pile of foliage. I'm going to roll to see if she takes damage from maybe a bone or something. She does not, so you're lucky. But right next to her was like a rib of a dead animal sticking straight up, and it lands like maybe 3 inches off of her side. Totally would have impaled her.
I'm going to go up to the rope and just tie knots into it to make it easier to climb up. And then
normally it wouldn't be this difficult, but they were racing, by the way.
That wasn't your rope, was it?
My rope?
Yeah. I thought you had silk rope.
You were on the silk rope, which is mine.
Oh. Sorry, it's a little it's a bit dirty now.
That's okay.
Forgetting.
Eyeballing the like spots on the rope where blood came off of her arm.
Completely forgetting that we're in like a serious situation and just reverting back to like us doing stuff together. Renmore at the top is just hanging with one hand and like extends the other hand down like while doing like a one-handed pull-up, and it's just like, Eva, do you need a hand?
I'm gonna compel duel this motherfucker.
So
I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that.
So Renmer, when you get to the top, you see it looks like there's just a ledge all the way around the top of this room. It's a pretty big ledge. I mean, you have a lot of space, and there's this wooden platform kind of stems around the whole thing. You see some crates and barrels and stuff up here, actually. And when you look up, now that you're a little bit higher in this room, you can see it looks like that one rope. There's also a couple ropes hanging from the top that almost look like there was some sort of pulley system in here at one point. It looks like a former storage room. On the wall, you see... what languages do you speak?
I speak Common and Orc.
Okay, so you can't read what it says, but there's something carved into the wall straight ahead from you.
Is there any way to like drop the ropes down to make there more climbing options?
They're destroyed. They're old. It looks like.
Okay, they're really old. All right. So besides wishing that Eva was up here to read the language that I don't understand, and everything else looks old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just gonna call down to. The coast is clear if you all want to climb up.
Before going up, have we pretty much explored this area to the extent that we can, or is there like passageways or anything that we noticed that we haven't gone down?
So this I'll show you quickly on the map. Whoops. This is what it looks like right now. This top corner down to here. That's where you started. You went up and you're in this room.
I see nothing.
And you can't see that on my screen? Oh, are you looking at the stream thing? Oh, because my camera's off. My bad.
Yeah, there we go. I can.
All right, so
all right, I see the stream now.
So right here's the entrance. You went up and into this room, and if you look right here, you can kind of go down into another space.
Okay.
So the southwest corner goes to another space where you have a couple options.
Okay, so there's some stuff up there that we haven't explored. Okay, so yeah, I guess what I will do is, I mean, we can go up there and look around, but I also don't want to leave this lower level too open, I guess.
What do you mean by too open?
Oh, I'd like to make sure that we're covering our way back out in case we needed to escape.
Oh, okay.
So I don't mind going up and taking a look at what's up there, but I'd like to keep an eye out this way to make sure that we don't have anything blocking our path on the way out.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right.
I guess I'll just quickly climb up there, take a look, and see what I can see as well.
You get up there, no problem. What languages do you speak?
Just Common and Draconic.
Okay. You cannot tell what this language is necessarily. It looks like it might be Dwarven.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're having a hard time reading it.
Okay. All right. Do I notice anything else up here that's of interest?
No, there's barrels, there's some crates. They look really old.
Okay.
The lids looks like they've been like rats and stuff have gotten into some of them. There's holes in them. It's just old and raggedy.
Well, unless we're planning on sitting here long enough for me to detect magic, I feel like I would go ahead and head down.
Okay.
I'll follow him.
Okay. Does anybody speak Dwarven?
I speak Giant, which I know is based off of Dwarven.
Okay. So when you get up there, you attempt to read this. It's hard to make out. It's obviously it's not as old as all the other stuff up here, by the way. Something about a blade and in witchcraft, blade of witchcraft, blade and witchcraft. You can't quite make it all out, but that's what you can discern from it.
Okay.
Blade something witchcraft. And it looks like there's a few other words in there, but you don't know what they are necessarily.
Eva, could you read that?
I was and she's like going over it, kind of mumbling to herself what she's picking up and what she can't. There's bits and pieces. So I think she'll get into her bag and pull out like a small like piece of paper or like a pad of paper or something like that. Seems like something she would do. Oh, hello. I see that in chat.
Yep, I did that for you and the viewers.
Yay. Okay.
Blank blade, blank witchcraft, blank blank.
Thunder Fury, blessed blade of the Windseeker.
Oh.
I don't know where that came from. My head hurts suddenly.
Awesome. So she'll like scribble it down. There's like something about like a sword, a blade, and well, witchcraft makes sense considering who it is that we're chasing. So, but I can't read the rest of it. That's all I've been able to get.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say, if we can make note of it, maybe just, at the very least, if you know the alphabet, you would know the symbols. You could write the symbols down and we could try to translate it later.
I think she would do that. Yeah, so she tried to copy it down to the best of her ability and just kind of make a mental note to go back over it later.
Okay. So what are you guys using for light? Because obviously I know at least Garrett can't see.
I believe we were using the drift globe.
I have that drift globe,
Yes.
and it was handy, but I was not using daylight. I was just using regular light with it.
Okay. All right. So then you see in the southwest corner, it opens up to what looks like possibly three different things. You could either go once you're back down on the lower level, you could either go straight and to the right, you can go straight and then right, or you could go left. And in this room, you see what looks to be holes in the walls. It fills every side of the room. And yes. So basically, you can go north, south, or west.
So generally, what I know is to put one hand on the wall and continue going that way. So I would typically put my right hand on the wall and take the path that's going to be closest to the right.
Okay.
So that is where I would typically go.
Are you, and I'm assuming, are you leading with the light?
Well, none of the rest of us depend on light.
Yeah, I depend on light. So, I mean, I suppose if someone was quiet, they could go ahead. But I'm probably one of the more quiet ones as well.
But you have the light.
Meek, how good are you at being quiet?
I'm pretty good.
All right. Well, maybe Meek can peek ahead, and then once if she doesn't spot anything immediately, then we can just follow up behind her.
Okay.
I can do that.
Okay. Give me a stealth check, Meek.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? What's your modifier for stealth? Just tell me that and I'll roll for you.
My modifier for stealth is +4.
+4? Okay. Everyone thinks you sound fairly quiet. Could be quieter, but you're doing fine. You come around the corner. As you start walking that way, straight ahead, there's like a small opening. It looks like a little cubby, right? But you can see everything in it. And it looks like maybe this was a trash heap at one point. There's like a little bit of like a water running down the walls. It's more stone rather than dirt like before. The holes have stopped. And in the water at the bottom, you see what looks like one of those bug things, but looks like it's inside of like a small animal, and it's not moving, almost like it's dead.
What?
And
It's one of those stick bugs. Yeah, and it looks like it's inside of like a small rodent of some sort, but it's dismembered from this thing.
And so, do I see any, like, is it like closed off except for where things come into this room?
Yeah, it's like a cubby. It's a really small cubby. It's 10 by 10 little area off of this hallway. And then the hallway continues to go to the left of it.
Okay. I will go back and tell you guys what I found. And just say, quietly, because I can't. Meek is whispering, but I can't whisper in Meek's voice. So I'll just tell you guys, there's like a trash heap, and there's the stick bug, and I think it's dead, but I don't know for sure, and it's pretty weird.
Okay.
And then there's, if we keep going to the left, there's another path. I can go dig through the trash, but I'm worried about that rodent. I mean, I was gonna go dig through it and see, but I didn't feel like dying. So
yeah,
I don't know if the trash is what we need to be worried about.
Yeah, we can all walk in there together then.
Okay, so you guys get to the same spot that she was talking about. It's got a cubby to the right that she was talking about. There's a small little puddle of water and some trash there, and that thing. Upon Garrick showing up, he's like, "Well, that's clearly a dead rat with a stick bug coming out of the base of its skull. It's bigger than the rat, but yeah, it's not moving." And to the left, you see it opens up into a room just a little bit beyond the hallway, about 30 feet ahead, and looks like in the center of it, you see what looks like a well-crafted well. like a stone brick well in the middle of the room. I mean, you can't see in it from where you're at, but you see it just sitting there chilling.
Now that my friends are with me, I'm gonna start with no problem at all, just digging through the trash to see if I find anything that's remotely shiny.
Love it. Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Oh, that's bad. Right on brand. -1, so 3.
So you see like a rock. It doesn't look real shiny. It's covered in like just filth.
I'm impressed.
Okay, so you take it?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
all I want to find.
So as you take this rock, you go to put it in your pocket and you kind of wipe it, and this like light kind of shines through, and you discover a gem.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm just like,
It's pretty big
Okay.
too. I mean, it's like that big. I mean, it's a big gem. It's
if
like
I'm
a bluish
impressed
gem.
enough by it, I probably would turn to Eva and be like, look what I did.
Look what I did.
And I'll show it to you for like 0.5 seconds and then put it in my pouch.
As you show it to her, you feel like a word is coming to mind.
That's new.
Yeah, it's weird. Like it's it's this word is coming to mind, and you accidentally cast bright light when you say it out loud.
What the fuck?
You
Is
just
it
got a
just-
gem of brightness.
Oh.
By the way, this is
Okay.
totally what I was planning on giving you guys. And I've got my little
Oh my god.
bookmark here and everything. So
Meek, maybe you want to put that away.
yeah,
I'm
everyone's
totally
pretty
like
much blinded for a second.
confused and memorize. Like, I just have like a dumbfounded look on my face.
Oh my god. Do you remember that car commercial where the kid's dressed up like Darth Vader and he keeps trying to do shit around the house and nothing works? And then he runs outside to the car and the dad has the remote in his hand and he turns the car on when the kid does this and he just has the most dumbfounded, shocked look on his face.
Yeah.
That's Meek.
Yeah, that's
That's
exactly
Meek
what's
right now.
happening.
Yes. Meek, or Tiefling, go and find the Gem of Brightness on D&D Beyond
Okay.
and add it to your character sheet.
Oh my
Sounds
god.
good. I actually don't really know what this is, so
There you go.
how does it? Can I
It's
just
got,
like
like,
turn it back off? If it doesn't turn off right away, I just stick it in my mouth.
So I'm not going to
Stop
count
it
that
being
as one of its...
So like her
pouch is
face
just
like,
glowing.
glowing. Yeah.
So
God.
it does a
She
few different
panics.
things. It has 50 charges. While you are holding it, you can use an action to speak one of 3 command words, which I'll let you decide what your command words are, to cause
Okay.
one of the following effects. The first command word causes the gem to shed bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. This effect doesn't expend a charge. It lasts until you use a bonus action to repeat the command word, or until you use another function of the gem. The second command word expends 1 charge and causes the gem to fire a brilliant beam of light at one creature you can see within 60 feet of you. The creature must succeed on a DC 15 con saving throw or become blinded for 1 minute. The creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. The third command word expends 5 charges and causes the gem to flare with blinding light in a 30-foot cone originating from it. Each creature in the cone must make a saving throw as if struck by the beam created with the second command word. When all the gem's charges are expended, it's a non-magical jewel. So you have 50 total charges of it.
Well, do I have 49 now?
No, it doesn't count. The first command
Okay.
word does not use a charge.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll as soon as like again in a panic, I'll just like put it in my mouth, and then as soon as like that word comes to mind, which I'll think of something, I'll turn it off and then take it like just and throw it back up.
There's a lot to unpack right now. there's a lot going on. You find a rock in the trash. It starts glowing. You throw it in your mouth.
Just all
It's
seems
still
completely
glowing.
logical.
It's still glowing. And then you like, "Bleh!"
Yeah.
do it again, and it goes out.
Hairball.
I.
It's clean
So
now.
you said
know-
there was a well or a source of water in this room?
This
So the cubby had like some water kind of trickling down the stone wall, like it was coming through a crack. But looking into the room to the left, if you look down the hallway, you see what appears to be a well from where you're at.
Okay. All right.
I'm just gonna
so-
like pat Meek on the head and then turn down the hallway. Looking.
You doing that, like you leaving Meek behind, she just has like the proudest expression on her face that she got like this recognition from you, like almost on the verge of tears, like I did good.
Oh my god. That's so fucking cute. I can't. God damn it. Awesome. Good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys pressing forward to the next room?
Yeah. Let's
agree,
go ahead
Tom.
and do that.
All right, so you move up towards this well. As you get closer, you notice a very foul stench fills this room. You can't quite put your finger on it. It's just a very disgusting smell. Everybody give me a con save.
Shit.
Oh, my favorite save.
Beat a 15.
That's a 19.
Oh,
Eva's good.
15.
21.
Meek is fine. This
I'm
probably
used to terrible stuff.
yeah. This smell doesn't bother you at all.
Yeah.
Renman?
natural 20.
Oh yeah, you're fine too.
Yeah, I know. I'm using them on all the stuff that's like really important.
Derek.
I would like to point out that I'm a wizard, first of all. Secondly, I got a 14, which is pretty good for a wizard,
So
but not a 15.
yeah, no, you're fine, except for the fact that you basically, as you get closer, you feel this impulse to just start puking, and you run up to the edge of this stone and just puke down into this hole. And when you do, you see it's just black, murky water. Even with the light, there's just a couple feet down, it's just black, nasty water.
Ew.
Ugh,
Has he been drinking again? Why is he doing that?
I wish. Oh, it's putrid. Ugh.
What is he talking about? I'm just going with like I don't even notice it. I grew up in the locker room essentially, so whatever.
All right.
So in this room, you see this well. Just so you know, there's 4 different hallways that stem off this room other than the one you came in from. So there's a total of 5 exits out of this room. 1 straight ahead, 1 to your right, and 2 to your left.
Oh, geez. Okay.
One for each of us. Perfect.
I love that thinking, Renmer.
Split
Let's
up,
see how that
gang.
goes.
Yeah, I would like to get out of this room fairly quickly. I'm kind of wondering why there's essentially like a putrid well in the middle of this room, but my sense of curiosity is outweighed by my sense of smell. So I think I'm going to keep the hand on the right wall sort of concept and go with the closest exit to the right and
Okay.
just try to peek down that way to see if I notice anything that smells better than this.
Oh yeah, as you get away from the well, the smell goes away. You move like 15 or 20 feet down. It slowly turns to the right, and then it just kind of comes to a big dead end, right? It's about 10 feet wide. And in here, you see, it looks like this is possibly where somebody used to cook. You see like a meat cleaver, and you see some frying pans, and you see what looks like a cooking cauldron, not like a witch's cauldron. Just wanted to be clear about that.
How long ago does this look like it was used?
I mean, most of the stuff in the room is turned over and just it's a mess. It's been a long time.
So
Over a decade, easily. Couple
okay.
decades.
So basically, does it look? It looks more than years. It looks years old, at least, not like it's
Yeah.
been weeks or months. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much everything that looks like normal usage in this place is gonna feel like it's about 30 years old.
Okay.
Unless I state otherwise. Yep.
Okay. Looking through the items there, does it look like there's anything interesting?
Give me an
For their
investigation
spices.
check. Yep, give me an investigation check.
Uh, do, 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 do. 23.
Oh yeah. So you see, so obviously, like I said, there's old crates that have holes in them and stuff. But when you open them up, you see what looks like a very old vintage bottle of dwarven wine. You see some spices that are in bottles and corked and look to be in fine shape. They're not labeled, but they are clearly cooking spices. They're old, you know that. You don't know how good those will be, but there's definitely something in here.
All right. Well, I will take the dwarven wine, and I will hand that off to Renmer, and I will say, if we leave here, we drink. Well, if we leave here alive, we drink.
Excellent. I did not know the dwarves made wine. Just kind of like put it in my bag.
So,
So assuming we're sticking with the hug the right wall thing, correct?
that's typically the way I'd like to go. Yes.
Yep. So when you come out of this, you move into another cubby, and this one looks like it has a big hole in it. And when you peek down in it, it looks like it drops about 20 feet. The walls across from you on the wall are geometric patterns, and they're kind of engraved into the wall.
Okay. By the way, pocketing the spices from the other room too. Don't want to just leave them there.
Okay. You're able to salvage like three bottles of different spices.
Okay. So, do these shapes mean anything to me? Do they look like, any sort of an arcane symbols or anything like
Give me an
that?
Arcana check.
13?
It's some kind of druidic language. Doesn't look like it's anything like a hex or anything like that. It's just some sort of druidic language that you can't quite make out.
Okay. So, yeah, I will just kind of like always, I'll just be pointing things out as I'm noticing them. And then just making a mental note of this.
Mm-hmm.
So just so we're not getting lost, we had the room that we came in. So we had the entry room.
Yep.
Which above had like a ledge.
Yep.
With the dwarven writing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we had the stinky room, right? We had the pile, the garbage pile.
Trash Panda's
the
Paradise.
The garbage pile, it was after room
know.
3. We'll just call that room 3.5.
Okay, the garbage pile so after the garbage pile we had the
stinky room.
The smelly well. Okay.
Yep. Then you had the kitchen, which was room 8.5.
Kitchen, okay.
And now you are in the whole cubby. It's a 5x5 room, 5x10 room. Sorry, and this is, we'll call it room 9.
Okay. And in this room, there's
20 feet. And
there's druidic
writing.
Okay. All right. So I guess we can, unless anyone else has other ideas, continue with the hand on the right wall method.
Okay. So you're bypassing the hole.
Well, how big is the hole? Is it big enough for someone to go
It's
down?
5 feet across. Yeah, it's a 20-foot drop. There's nothing. It looks like you drop down into like a big space. Like you don't see you only see one of the walls, but you don't see the other 3 surrounding walls.
I mean, looking through it from all angles that I can. Is there anything that can be seen down there?
You see a stalactite. That's the ones that are on the ground, right? And stalagmites are on the ceiling, right? Something. You see the ones on the ground.
Yeah, I think it's the I think it's the stalagmites that are on the ground.
Okay, then you see a stalagmite. Then.
Okay. So so it looks like there might be some sort of a natural cave or something down there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. I'm not feeling like going down there so much.
Okay.
But we can just kind of continue.
Okay. So you hug the wall. You start working your way into, we'll call it room 7. Spirals of yellow stones cover the floor.
The fuck?
On the wall, as you walk into this dead-end hallway, you see in Dwarven something scrawled into the wall. Blank, I'm assuming Eva's reading this. Blank cannot kill blank blank blank. Looks like maybe it says magic as the last word. But it might say might as well.
Okay. So as before, like she walks up, you can kind of hear her muttering, and anybody who's standing close to her would probably hear her speak the words. But again, she takes the scrap of paper out and starts recording it as best she can.
Okay.
Or strange messages.
And I put it in our Zoom chat for you.
I see that.
So.
Okay.
All right. And it's in blood, by the way. Sorry, I said it was scratched in. It's actually in blood. Sorry.
Oh,
That makes
lovely.
it much better.
That changes things.
Yeah. And you come
Was
to a
the-
dead end, and there's nothing really here. You're not sure what this was.
Was the first one in blood as well?
Nope, that one was actually etched into.
That one was actually etched in.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like fresh blood?
No, not like within the last couple weeks. I mean, it's faded. These are
Faded,
stone
dried.
walls
Okay.
too, so it just holds to
Yeah.
it real well. It's pretty
Okay.
dry right here.
Okay.
Concerning that you know that, Juice.
What?
How long blood stays on stone walls.
Oh, I really have no idea. But I'm sure I could find out.
Oh, actually,
I've watched Dexter.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
that ending was so disappointing.
I didn't mind Dexter's ending. Okay, so assuming you're hugging the right walls again. So the hallway, before you came to this dead end, actually branched off into a new hallway. So there's, to show you what I'm talking about, well, I won't worry about it. So anyways, you came down the hall from 8. It kind of turned left, or you guys went straight. You guys went straight because you saw the writing on the wall in blood. It came to a dead end. Assuming you're still hugging the right walls, you're going to go down this new hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And you open up into a room. There's a statue in the center of the room.
What number are we given this room?
Number 6.
Number 6. Okay.
What does the statue look like?
It looks like a dwarf in robes, and he's like holding what looks like a book in his left arm, and his right arm is pointing.
Being from the area, do I know any history of dwarves from this region?
Give me a history check.
All right, I am really.
You're
not
from the
good.
area, so give it to me with advantage.
Ooh, I will be. I'm proficient in history. I have a +1 in it.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a 16.
All right. So you would know that before this place was corrupted, this swamp area, by magic, there used to be a dwarven settlements in some of the hills and mountains out here. Hill dwarves and mountain dwarves. But that was over 30 years ago. They kind of fled. Some of them died from sickness that was never figured out what exactly it was.
Okay. And I remember them coming through like the town that we live in, right? Like
there's probably some displaced dwarves in your town now.
Still living there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will then be like,
So
this must be the home of the dwarves who came to live with us. And wasn't the one of the innkeepers we were talking to a dwarf?
Possibly.
Possibly, yeah. So
I don't remember offhand.
Dwarven woman named Margot.
Yes.
I think I heard Morgo speak of this place, or at least something near here. The old dwarven homes, which were overcome by the swamp.
So
you would probably know this is more of like where they lived at one point. It's not so much like their kingdom or anything like that. Nothing extravagant. Yeah. It's kind of the equivalent of a town of dwarves right here.
Yeah.
all right. So thinking back to it, did we end up writing down the second set of dwarven writing from room number 7?
I did.
Okay. Where is the dwarf and the statue pointing?
He's pointing towards from where you're standing left.
He's pointing to the left. Okay.
Yep.
I guess inspect the statue and the room. Look to see if there's anything unusual, out of place, inscriptions, things like that. Take a good look. Try to figure out where exactly he would be pointing to see if he's pointing specifically at something.
So as you're going to approach it, Garrick?
Sure.
All right, give me an investigation check.
I do have a very good passive investigation, by the way.
I know.
If I'm supposed to be noticing something.
I know.
But 15.
Okay. So as you go up and you're trying to look at this, you don't even touch it, and this statue starts to slowly turn. I'm sorry, it's the right hand. Slowly starts to turn left until it's basically facing you. You notice in the base of it, it looks like at one point somebody carved or etched an anvil into the base of it. And the statue makes an expression and smiles at you.
Sweet. I like smiling statues.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes, I will say that out loud.
When you say that out loud, it says thanks in common.
Did that statue just speak?
Well, of course it did. It's moving. You heard it.
Wait.
So
did you just say it was moving?
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and ask the statue in common, what it's doing here.
This is home.
Okay. Statue, can you read Dwarven?
I cannot read.
No, can't read. Unfortunate. What can you do?
Talk. I can point.
You can talk and you can point.
I mean, the rest of us are seeing this, right? It's not just like something in his head.
Oh yeah, you all see this. In fact, you guys are so distracted with this, you don't even notice the rusted breastplate leaning against the wall on a skeletal corpse off behind it. And he says, I can give simple answers.
Simple answers. Okay.
Ah, the statue's talking.
Was that the macaw?
How?
The macaw Pentecost says it after I do. Yeah.
How long ago were you
Statue's
put here?
talking.
How long ago were you put here?
60 years ago.
60 years. Okay. All right. So 60 years. Let's see. What would the next question be?
Every time someone actually says something, he turns until his hand is kind of pointing at you. So like when Meek says that thing, he like pivoted, like the whole base shifted, and he points at
Yeah.
Meek.
How long ago did the Lich come here?
That thing has been here for a long time. Almost 30 years.
Where is it?
And he shifts. So now he's pointing to your guys' left, but his right. And then pivots right back to you guys.
Okay. So, just to try something, I'm going to ask the statue if it speaks giant.
It does not.
Does not.
Actually, you know what? Let me roll for it. Evens, yes. Odds, no. No, it does not.
Does not.
Do you mean does it speak Dwarvish?
No, I assume the statue would speak Dwarvish if it's a dwarven statue.
Okay.
It speaks Dwarven in common. It tells you.
So, okay. So, no, it does not. It speaks Dwarven in common. Then I would like to take a few moments to describe the dwarven words that we don't understand and see if the statue can
Okay.
tell us what this word would be or what the letter would be. And then as he's telling us the letter, we write them down and then we tell him the names of the letters and see if he can tell us what the word would be in common. Basically try to
doesn't
get
know-
the statue to
Yep.
decipher some of this.
Okay. I normally would say that you're unable to do so. However, I want to play with this idea. So give me a persuade or a performance check because you're trying to like act it out kind of since he can't read and doesn't really know the alphabet of Dwarven and stuff.
I got you.
But I want to give you something if I can.
A 10?
Okay, so the first one, he's able to tell you. You're able to discern blade of witchcraft. The word
Blade
between there is of.
Witchcraft.
Of witchcraft. Okay.
Yep. And then the other one, it says cannot kill it, might.
That cannot kill it, and then it was might and not magic. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
That seems
we're getting-
important.
We're getting closer. Okay. I ask it if it knows which way the Druid Lich is now.
And he points at the same direction he did before. You notice the direction he's pointing to actually connects to the room with the well.
Okay.
So to your guys' left, it connects to the room with the well. And you can see the well with your drift globe light.
If
That
only we
direction.
could purify that putrid well.
Oh. I cannot.
Garrick, you notice when it's pointing, though, it's not pointing at the well. It's
Okay.
pointing past the well to room number 9 with the hole.
So it's pointing to the room with the whole cubby room with the druidic writing.
Yep.
Okay, that's number 9. Got it. So past the well to the whole cubby. Got it. I ask the statue if there's anything here that he knows of that will help us rid this place of the Druid Lich.
He says something here hurts it.
Something here hurts it. Okay.
Do you know what can't kill it?
I don't know, but something here can hurt it.
Okay. I'll ask him if he knows if the Druid Lich has any if there's anything that he knows that will not hurt the Druid Lich, that any types of magic or weapons that don't hurt the Druid Lich.
Some types of magic are ineffective.
Okay, and then I'll ask if he knows what types. I mean, I would assume necrotic.
I was going to say, he tells you necrotic seems to rejuvenate him.
Okay, so don't use necrotic on it. I kind of figured that. Undead. Typically, if you're going to use necrotic magic, you're not going to use it to hurt undead. You'd use it to harm or to heal them. So that makes sense. Okay, and there is something here that will help harm it. Got it. Is there anything in this room that we should investigate?
That breastplate over there
Well, there
will
we
do
go.
you no good.
Oh, shoot.
It's a rusted breastplate. You can see clearly on the skeleton it didn't help him very much.
Okay. And I will ask the statue, I guess my last question for him.
And there is a
as of
rapier
right now.
on that skeleton, by the way.
Okay.
Can I go
I'll
take
ask-
a look at that breastplate as someone with smithing tools proficiency to go look at its make and all that when he's done?
Mm-hmm.
The last thing that I would have to ask is which way he would suggest we go from here to have the best chance of defeating the Lich.
If you want to defeat the Lich, go that way. And he points back at the hole.
Okay. Well, there we go. So-
Renmer, so
Yeah.
you start looking at the breastplate.
Mhm.
Give me a history check.
History check? Okay.
Yep. A 1?
Yeah.
So you know this breastplate is very old, but based on the rust, the rust is fairly new. I mean, it's within the last year or two. This room being next to the well and stuff, it's a little bit more humid, so it's possible the rust has come from that, and due to some damage, it's taken from a battle. So it's
Is
rusted.
that like an obvious hole in it or something like that?
There's holes throughout it. You
Yeah.
know, and you can see that the rust emanates from there. But yeah. So there is. You can go back the way you came, from the room with the writing on the wall with the blood.
May
can
I
go
inquire
towards-
about the rapier?
Oh yeah, so there's a rapier there. Looks like a mundane rapier.
Okay.
I mean, it's nice, but your one isn't helping you out very much. So
Yeah, I'll just toss it over to Eva and be like, "You like these? A little light for my taste, but
Oh, yes, I do. I have one. And would like motion to her belt, but she'll
Now you
pick
have
it up
two.
and take a look at it.
it feels amazing to you, Eva. Give me a charisma save.
oh god."
Oh no.
Renmer was just kind of like, whatever. What you got? That good, huh?
I mean, am I about to go like Grog and Craven Edge type shit? I just rolled a nat 1.
Wow. So you think
That couldn't
this
have gone
is-
any better.
You grab the sword. You put your other rapier on your belt, and this sword you do not want to let go of. You love this sword, and you're looking at it, and it's got like a dragon head out of flame off the pommel, right? Isn't that what it's called? off the bottom, and it's got this really ornate like flame design that that guards your hand, and in the blade, etched in Elven, which it didn't show up at first, but now you see Elven writing along the blade.
I read Elven.
Yep, and it
I know
says
Elven.
the blade of flaming souls. And you just think this is the coolest sword ever. And no matter what, this sword will not leave your hand. You don't want to.
The way you described it, I kind of think it's the coolest sword ever.
I just gave you a cursed weapon. That's amazing.
Oh, God.
You feel this amazing amount of elven pride with this sword.
I'm waiting for it to start talking to me.
Oh, yeah? Okay. So...
You're welcome, Eva.
So to your right, there's a room. And to your left is the room with the well.
Okay.
All right, fair enough. Not a bad find.
I suppose we should keep sticking with the path to the right.
Okay. You start walking through this little tiny narrow hallway. And as it opens up, the smell of death permeates the room. Someone has etched into the wall an incomplete drawing of a dragon on the southern wall of this room. And it's huge. It's massive.
What number are we going to give this room?
Number 4.
Number 4?
Yep. There is a pile of sundered shields that lies to the west side of the room. So your left. Who's the first one to enter this room?
I am.
Okay. Straight ahead of you comes charging at you a 10-foot tall, mangled corpse. It's been stitched together. Upon seeing you, it just kind of gobbles forward and it's all clunky. It closes the distance on you. Everyone roll initiative. But he does surprise you. You were not expecting something this big to come charging out at you. An 11 probably misses though, Garrick?
Yeah, 11 would miss.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this arm that's clearly it's human, like it almost looks like a giant human that's been pieced together with different pieces. No 2 pieces are from the same creature. And it swings its long arms at you that extend down beyond its knee. Its right arm, at least, that extends down beyond its knee, and misses you. And
fantastic.
Okay. I got a 1 again. What did everybody get? Let's start with Garrick.
16 for me.
16. Eva.
Dirty 20.
Nice. Meek.
13.
Okay, and Renmer.
3.
You still don't go last.
I don't go last.
And you saved your good roll for combat, right?
Hopefully.
Okay. That means that Eva, you see Garrick get attacked out in the open in this room. You saw everything I mentioned, but this giant 10-foot tall thing caught your attention.
Clearly.
You have this sweet sword that you're dying to use.
I was going to say, am I feeling compelled to...
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like, storm forward and use this thing?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. 18 to hit?
Yeah, you're totally going to hit it.
Okay. Then...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing I gotta find. That is D8. Is there anything special about it?
What, the sword?
Like the damage dealt or anything like that?
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll
Anything
handle that side if I need to right now.
That is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 points of damage?
Yes.
So when you hit this thing, you smell burnt flesh. And it is not only is this thing really disgusting smelling, anyways, but now it smells like searing, burnt sulfur and just nastiness. And
So
you do a
so-
ton of damage to it.
so where I hit it,
Yep.
does it look like I just hit it with a flaming hot blade or
Yeah.
something?
So when
Is it like cauterized? And looks like it's
the
burning?
actual blade. So when you hit it, it feels like you didn't cut it really, which is weird. But there's something else about it that just kind of sears its arm where you hit it. So it's more like the burning cut it rather than the blade itself, which is very odd to you.
Yeah. That is weird. But this
Next
thing's
up.
badass. I'm gonna keep using it.
Next up is Garrick.
No downside.
Clearly, this is
Okay.
fine.
I will take my turn to disengage, and I will move back a good 30 feet.
Okay. Good. Next up would be Meek.
I cast fire at it.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna use favored by the gods.
Okay.
Because I think, well, I guess let me first ask, does a 7 miss, or wait, does an 8 miss?
Barely misses.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna use favored by the gods. Because if I fail, then I can do it. So let's see. Uh-oh, I don't have another. There we go. So that is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Sweet. I cannot do that again. 8 fire damage.
All right. It does not like it. You can see the facial expression on its weird disfigured face is like. "Arrgh." And next up is Renmer.
All right, I'm gonna move up into melee range next to Eva and make an attack. That is a 15 to hit.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna make that a goading attack. So
Okay.
it needs to make a wisdom 14 saving throw.
I made it. I rolled a 14 on the die.
All right, that's 11 damage there.
Okay.
And then offhand attack is going to be 19 on the dice. Or not 19 total. Sorry, not 19 on the dice. 19 total.
From your sword, right?
Yeah, short sword.
Okay.
And then that's going to be 9 damage.
Okay.
And then action surge, quick attack again. That one probably misses. That's a 9.
That hits.
A 9 hits?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. That is 12 damage.
All right. So you just went up and hit it 3 times, correct?
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
more than that because your action surge, right? So you
No,
go
that's
up and-
3 times.
Oh, okay. So you're like, psh, psh, psh. And the swords and stuff do not make a dent, but you clearly hit it. It's almost like this skin is immune to your attacks.
Fuck.
All right. It is now his turn. He turns to Eva, who clearly hurt him, and he's going to attack.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. 23 hits.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
All right.
Shit. That sounded like a lot of dice, buddies.
That's 9 points of damage.
Okay.
So he clubs his arm into you, Eva. Oh, sorry, he gets 2 attacks. And then he's going to come back with his short arm.
Oh, good.
So while you guys might have short swords, he's got a short arm. 14?
14 will miss.
All right. So he misses with his second clubbing blow. And it is now
Holy shit.
your turn, Eva.
I don't like that at all.
No, you feel like he could have gotten some more strength on that if he tried harder.
Yeah.
He didn't hit you square.
No. Ow.
For clarity, he didn't take any damage from me, right?
Does not look like it. You don't know, maybe. There's no cuts. Whereas at least Eva left a mark and Meek left a mark.
How damaged does this thing look?
He's taken some. I mean, the searing from Eva's sword hurt quite a bit. It looks like. You would probably be impressed by that. And Meek clearly left a mark. He's got like a blistering wound from her firebolt too.
Okay. Does it? But it looks like it's still in perfectly good fighting order and not ready to go down anytime soon.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's like you notice like the Eva mark. There's a little bit of blood there, but it's not like your normal blood. It's not like flowing. It's a real slow drip, like molasses.
Ugh, that's gross.
It has some pus mixed in with it,
Yeah, that's horrible.
and it smells.
Yeah, I bet it does.
The session of tonight smells.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna hit it again. I mean, I seem to be.
You love that sword.
I love that sword, and it's actually effective. But I'm also in a lot of pain.
Your call.
Fuck it. This sword is awesome. Oh shit. Ah!
It's so awesome. She can't even hang on to her dice. Uh-oh.
Nat 20.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So that's 2d8 now.
Yep, 2d8.
Okay.
Learn to smite.
Oh my god. Okay. 15, 16, 19.
19. Wow.
That was almost max damage on both dice. Holy hell.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So you do this attack on him, and again, it like your sword hits and stops, but then it's almost like it just starts burning its way, melting through his skin, and again, it slowly starts to bleed and pus out, and he just lets out this loud like. Rrrr! He's angry. And then we cut over to Garrick.
Okay. I will. How bad does the thing look like it's wounded now?
Bad.
Does it?
Like she's hit him twice in the same arm, and she's about to sever the arm.
I will go ahead and yell to Renmer, if you have oil, cover it in oil, and then firebolt it.
Okay. So you firebolt it?
I'm going to go ahead and firebolt it now.
Okay, cool. Roll it.
Oh, that sucks.
Beat a 9?
I did, but I accidentally rolled twice and got a nat 20 the second time. So just 21 AC.
Oh yeah.
So, and then my D10, 5 points of damage.
Okay. So you heard him. You see the mark left. He seems to be. Oh yeah, he seems to be going into a berserk rage.
Well, that's not good.
It is now
I don't
Meek's
like that.
turn.
Meek is gonna hold out both of her hands, and first in one hand is gonna be this warm, nice energy of a second level healing word as a bonus action toward Eva.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be Okay. Jeez. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 healing.
Oh,
And
that's
then
nice.
out of the other hand, also warm energy, but it's going to be a flame as I'm going to firebolt.
Yeah.
21 to hit. And that's going to be 10 points of fire damage.
Nice.
Nice.
So he's clearly pissed off.
Mhm.
And he starts flailing his arms. And then we cut over to Renmer.
Shit.
I don't know what I'm doing, so
You heard Garrett tell
Renmore's
you to throw
solution-
oil, right?
Renmore used all of his oil on the vines.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
that's sad.
Yeah. Renmore's solution is I will hit it harder.
Good
So-
I like
solution.
That's
I
that
like
sounds
that
very
solution.
that sounds
Yeah.
very Renmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I hit it
Very
really
Renmore.
hard, maybe that'll work.
You're gonna nat 20 that shit.
Natural one.
Which weapon was that? Which weapon?
That was my longsword. I actually just rolled a natural 20 for my short sword, though.
Okay.
Hey.
So you hit with your first one, we'll say, but when you hit it, it just deflects your longsword across the room.
Oh, it just goes out of my hand.
Yeah, like he hits it away, basically.
All right,
When he's
I'm going to.
flailing. Your natural 20 hits.
I'm gonna make it a tripping attack. So I need a. Hold on.
Man.
It's gonna need a DC 14 Strength saving throw to not go prone.
I rolled
wait,
a crit.
crap.
So
Oh,
because I do crits, though, when you try to trip it, he kind of... Well, did you rolled a crit, too, didn't you?
Yeah.
So they negate each other, then.
Okay. And
I was
that's
going to have him stomp on your sword and possibly break it, but...
Whoa.
Oh.
Sounds
Well,
awful.
so that's a 13 damage that doesn't happen. Yeah, no, I'm trying to get Eva advantage, and I like totally forgot that he'd just be able to stand up anyway, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, actually, see, I messed this up last time. So he's at disadvantage, sorry. So I rolled an 11, the trip works.
Okay, but yeah, he'll be able to stand up.
I'll explain
again.
to you after the session's over.
Yeah, he'll be able to stand up on his turn anyway, so it won't matter. But yeah, so I like one sword goes out, other sword comes in, and I hit up near the face, and I just step behind with a knee, and I like knock its knee out as I like drive into it and knock it down to the ground.
I like it. So rather than just using his movement to get back, since he's in a berserk rage, I'm going to roll to see if he gets up.
All right.
Number is 10. Straight 10. I rolled a 17. So yeah, he gets up, and he starts flailing his arms at you. Not you, Eva.
Oh, he's going to Eva still?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's the one who's hurting him. And she's the only one within range that's hurting him. So, he gets 2 attacks. Okay. Crit fail on 1. So when he hits
my
you with the
God.
long arm, it basically severs the rest of his arm. Like he pulls it completely off. Like he snaps the bone and it just falls.
Oh my god.
The other one hits, though, at the exact same time. I rolled an 18 on the die. That's 25.
Damn it. Yeah.
So let's see how this goes. 14 points of damage.
Ooh.
He then...
Oh, that's spicy.
He did take some damage from the arm falling off, though. So you will be happy to know that.
Okay.
It is now Eva's turn.
Ow.
He's tough. He's looking pretty tough here. Like he's...
Oh god.
You're the big.
You
you're the big
probably
hitter.
feel like you could do it. You could end him.
And I'm going to because fuck
Please hit.
this goddamn sword though. That is a 19 on the die, so yeah, that'll do it. Let's see. $10 damage.
Oh, so close.
No.
So close.
No.
We got more magic damage.
No.
You
No,
slice open his
no.
gut, and when you do, there's not organs there. It's just flesh, like upon flesh, just oozing out, like pus and blood and flesh, just falls to the ground. And it is now Garrick's turn.
Can I divine smite?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Do you want to?
I have no idea how narratively she would do it.
Anger.
I'm pissed, and this
You
sword
do a
is
magic
awesome.
sword. Yeah.
It's divine intervention.
Maybe.
You all of a sudden from the ceiling, everyone sees this light shine down on Eva, and then her sword, which is already kind of glowing, illuminates with some light as she slashes it. Roll your smite damage.
8 radiant.
Oh yeah, you drop it. You 100% drop it.
Ice.
Honestly, yeah, that makes you were like in dire straits fighting for your life there.
I probably would have just, let one of the casters have that, but this sword, this sword is killing me. I really wanted that kill.
Is it? Is it killing you? Are we sure?
I'm at 6 health.
Yeah, which if that
Somebody's
fight is
dying.
over, I feel like Meek already having like both spells already ready would like firebolt the dead body and then cast another second level healing word at you. Just like was like totally ready for it, like ah!
Oh my god. Oh man.
So you heal hey max, which is 8,
Ooh.
9, 10, 11, 12.
Nice.
And I'm out of second levels.
I'm gonna go collect my longsword and like really quickly check it for damage.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I froze you guys. No. So the thing is I can't minimize the screen. If I minimize it, you guys freeze.
Yes.
So I need to do something real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to enable HD again. And that shouldn't freeze it then.
What the hell was that?
There we go. Garrick, give me an Arcana check, unless you already know offhand.
I was going to say I wanted to study it in depth. I want to, while they're going to heal up, I want to go ahead and either take 10 or 20 on this Arcana check, whatever I think it's going to need, and then let them be able to basically use hit dice to heal up and such.
Okay. So you would know that this is a golem. It is a flesh golem.
You fucking called it.
I said it yesterday on Twitter. I just said flesh golem.
Oh no.
Oh, someone said it already?
Well, Tom jumped in my DMs as soon as he started. He's like, I think that's a flesh golem. I'm not sure. I said, yeah, it sounds like it.
So
You're playing Two of Annihilation, man. I know the monster list.
I honestly, I didn't steal that from any of them from Tomb. The flower thing was inspired by playing in Tomb a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the golem I haven't encountered in Tomb at all as a player.
Flower was straight out of Jumanji, admit it.
No. No, so I was planning on doing a video on flesh golems this week. So I just haven't filmed it yet. And very nice. Frankenstein feeling. So anyways, that's what inspired this.
Yeah.
Thanks to Halloween.
Once you said everything was stitched together, I was assuming.
Oh, I thought about going as far as saying like the joints are bolted together and everything. Like I thought about going all the way.
Garrick has studied a bit of necromancy, though he doesn't particularly like it. He's very well aware of what it is and how it works, just as part of, basically his only way of acquiring new spells was when spell books would get looted, and every once in a while he would come across some spells that were of necromantic nature. So
right. So in this room, like I said, you see an incomplete drawing of a dragon on the south wall. Excuse me. There's a pile of sundered shields that lies on the west side of the room. And this golem came running out from behind what looks like a stalactite.
Okay.
It doesn't
will-
look like there's anything behind the stalactite when you look.
I'll go ahead and search the room, and then since we're going to be here a little while, getting, for it's an hour's rest at least to use a hit die. I was going to say, do the ritual detect magic and see if I can detect any magic here. Also, looking back, since I have a little bit of time with it, look back over in the other room and see if anything looked magical over there.
We have not taken a long rest since before we fought at the carts, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, you guys have. This has been a
Okay.
full day. I mean, it's getting dark.
Yeah.
So you look back in the previous room with the statue, then.
Mm-hmm.
You
Let's
do
see
not
if
uncover anything magical in there. Eva's
Okay.
sword is radiating some magic as you walk
Okay.
by her, because you're doing this as a ritual.
Yep.
And the golem's actually magical.
The golem is still magical.
Yeah, and you would know that in order to create a golem, you need a manual of golem creation.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Manual golem creation.
Yeah, and it's a magical ritual kind of thing.
Yeah. Are there any studying the golem? Is there any sort of regeneration going on? Or are there any
Nope.
no,
it's
like magical components? Do I see anything magical, like magical components about it that might be able to be used in the future?
So as you're kind of studying, it's basically just flesh that kind of makes it up. It's like hunks of flesh that have been sewn together. And as you know, through the time of doing your detect magic, it's fading. Like the life force, the magical force is slowly dimming out completely.
That was
And
a dangerous foe.
Her sword is magical, so I wanted to start to concentrate on that, see if I can figure out what type of magic is involved with that.
Enchantment.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So you see through down one of the hallways. I'm assuming you guys did all your short rests, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did all the hit points you wanted to do?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Are you all using D&D Beyond for it too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was actually just looking for it because I can't find it.
Yeah,
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not using hit dice. I have lay on hands, and
There you
she knows that if she does the thing, it heals. She doesn't know how, but it does. So I'm putting myself back up to max,
Okay.
and I still got some to spare.
All right. So you see down a hallway, the only hallway other than the one you came in from in this room, room number 4. And it leads back to number 3, but you see there's a little cubby to the left that you did not explore.
okay. And number 3 was which room?
Right
is
off
that the
your
garbage
entrance
pile?
and the original room that had like the wood stuff. It's almost like you did a full lap around the main room, like the whole place, other than going down the hole or down the well.
Okay.
And this
So that was the entry with the ropes going up.
it's off of that, yes.
Oh, okay. So
the entrance was 1 where you fought the flower thing.
Mm-hmm.
You had the chance to go left to 3 or right to 2. You went to 2, which had the ropes. 3 was before you went into the hallway to the trash heap, which was 3.5. The trash heap was.
Okay.
So this little cubby in here, we'll call it 3.25.
Okay. All right. So 3.25. All right. So I'll just go ahead and once everyone seems like they're healed up, continue along that path and take a look.
Do we wish to continue? This was a mighty foe. If there are more of them like this further in, we may be outmatched.
Oh no, I was holding back. There was no real danger.
I mean,
think
I feel
Eva
pretty
might
tired.
disagree.
Like, I could only heal one more time. Like, that's how tired. I feel my magical essence is drained.
If we encounter another one of them, I will not be much good at all. It did not
Yes, you
appear I
will.
was able to wound him at all.
You'll be just fine. He's it's there. Now that I know that what we're up against, it's a simple foe, easily dispatched. Hell, Kraken could kill him by himself.
I'm convinced.
Renmer, I'm sure you're feeling real insecure that his bird could take it out by himself.
Remor's just confused that the guy who convinced him that retreating is a good idea is now like, let's go. But he's like, oh, okay. But I
love that you called him out on that.
no, he's like, I just learned from you that retreating is good, but now it's bad. I will just follow.
Well, we if there is something too challenging, we can retreat from it, but we should investigate the rooms because we're one cubby hole away from being back at the entrance. So why would we walk all the way back around when we could just walk through here and then we're at the entrance again? I mean,
This is wisdom.
Beak nods next to Renmar like, oh, wise.
okay. So we will explore the 3.25 cubby a little bit and see what we can find there.
So when you get to the cubby, slightly above your head, there's like a ledge that kind of you can see goes somewhere.
Mhm.
But yeah, are you gonna crawl up in there or?
I will crawl.
mean,
Oh,
Does
Meek
Meek
wants
jump in
another-
front of you?
I can start to like try.
What
Can
happens
I put a hand on Meek real quick?
when Meek? Okay, so someone pulls Meek back. Okay.
Yeah, just
I go to do it and then I get pulled
Meek.
back.
remember the brain bugs.
this is where I miss Kraken. How long has it been, by the way, since we sent Kraken away?
A couple hours, and remember we said it was going to take at least 8.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
and
So-
it was like dinner time when you guys came in here.
Because we've taken
Ah.
two
So you
short
won't have him
rests,
back
it's at
because it'll be
least been
8
2
there and
hours.
8 back. So you won't have him back.
Well,
till tomorrow.
I can summon him back once I'm
okay, yeah.
convinced.
It
Once
hasn't
I'm
been 8
convinced he's
hours.
had. Yeah, once I'm convinced he's had enough time, I can just summon him back.
It's probably
I
been
just-
like 2 or 3 hours.
Okay.
Okay. We'll say 4. That's fine. Yeah.
All right. Does anyone have a shiny piece of metal?
I have a shiny gem.
You know what? I'm gonna hand him my other rapier. The not
But Eva, you love
nearly
that
as
one
cool.
too.
The not nearly as cool one. Well, hold on.
It's not as cool as your new one, definitely.
Yeah.
The new one's still in your hand. You won't even let go of it.
Mm-mm. So I go to pull it. I go to pull the other one off the belt, and then like halfway through the motion, I'm like, why?
Oh, because I wanted to see if I could see something up there in the reflection without sticking my face up there. It has to be polished and cherished.
Renmore takes out his longsword and flips it around so he holds it so that he's trying to find the reflection.
So if Renmer's holding it up, I will.
Before you
take
do it, you see a stick bug attack the sword. And upon doing so, it jumps back into the hole.
Can I try to give it a little flick of a wrist when it
Oh, yeah.
when it
Oh, yeah.
attacks?
You kill
just
it when you flick it.
Oh yeah, just do a little
sliced
flick,
it.
like yeah,
Yep.
just
Oh, it would have been
Alright.
bad if I went in that cubby.
there you are.
Yeah, that's why we don't stick our face in holes, dear. So let's.
That's a
The
big
last
hole, too.
18 years of my life have been a lie.
All right. I suppose quickly just light a torch and stick a torch in the hole, just to bat away whatever could be there, and then slide the torch in a little ways.
Okay. So when you throw it in there, it actually, you don't know what it is exactly, but the whole thing catches on fire in there. You would know this is probably a chimney of some sort.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
A chimney.
And now
of some
you can
sort.
feel like the airflow kind of sucking up through there.
Sucking up there. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, so there's another smoke signal. Good. We needed more of those. Okay. If I'm good and convinced that at least there's enough of a fire going up there that hopefully something will not jump out at me, I will cover my mouth and nose and peek up.
Yeah, when you peek up, you can see a couple feet in is a big furnace type of space, and it's a chimney that goes straight up. And you can see a little bit of daylight up, but it's really hot and smoky, and so you probably don't stay up there very long.
Okay. Well, good.
You basically
All right,
just lit the chimney.
So we have 3.25 is the chimney room.
Yep, and actually 3.25 leads to 5, which is the chimney room.
Okay. So chimney room tunnel. All right. And they got the chimney in number 5. Okay. So I tell them
that's
what I
everything
see.
Looks like that you guys have explored.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
All right. So what are you doing? Are you going back to the hole? Are you leaving? And by the hole, I mean in room 9.
Man, I
mess
would
with the well a little bit. Nobody decided to swim in there.
I'm too distracted by this amazing sword.
I look over at Meek and ask her if she knows how to make holy water. I see she's a gifted healer.
Nope. I maybe would have some in my component pouch. Because protection from evil and good is holy water or powdered silver and iron. But it probably wouldn't be all that much. Probably just enough to be able to cast that spell. But I wouldn't know how to make it. I found it like on the side of a church or something and snatched
digging
Yeah.
through church trash.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just put it in like containers out at the church door. It's great.
Yeah.
All right, so I would assume you're asking that out loud. Are you trying to do it quietly or anything like that?
No, I'm just trying to figure out if I ask it, does anyone have holy water?
Oh, okay. I don't.
Yeah, I'll get in my pouch and we'll just say that I start you hear just clattering and weird sized glass vials, really small or just filled with water.
Okay. Yeah, because my thought was if there's something evil and putrid in a well, typically my only thought would be to maybe drop some holy water in it to see if it has any effect. If it's something truly vile, usually that will do something. At very least, it can't make it smell any worse. So,
Are we near the well? Because I could go throw.
It's a room away,
down
pretty
there.
much. You can go.
Yeah.
You're talking about the black water.
Yep.
So what do you want to try to do to it?
Take the actual stone well and see if we can dump holy water inside.
Okay.
See if it has any effect.
Upon dumping the holy water into the well, you see.
So we were looking for holy water because because Meek said that she might have a little bit, but if it was
Yeah.
just enough in a component pouch.
Oh, okay. And so she's dumping the last of it out, though, correct?
Yeah, I could do that.
Oh,
Whatever.
I don't want
had
to put
in
the
my
idea out there if it's not what you were doing.
If you want to do that, or if you want to save it, you can save it for sure. I mean, it is very useful magic.
So
I guess
I think what you
Big
when you
shrugs.
asked it was do you know how to make it let's see. I think that something that had kind of separated Eva from everything that her dad would try to teach her. I mean, yes, she was a willing student and everything, and so has kind of, taken after him in a lot of interests. But one thing that she differed with him on was spending time at like the temple in town.
Mm-hmm. I would say, I mean, paladins probably can't make holy water, can they? I wouldn't. I would think it'd have to be a cleric.
Could be, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that I would be able to. I'm saying
okay.
like I've seen it happen. I know how it's done, but
Gotcha.
I can't do that shit.
Gotcha. Yeah. I agree.
Okay. And it's quite simple to make. It's just not just anyone can do it. That
Correct.
makes sense. And so that would be talking to Garrick.
Okay. Well, I don't know the first thing about holy water other than, someone else makes it. So.
Well, the first step is you boil the hell out of it.
Well, okay. That one I would be familiar with. Boiling the hell out of it is the first step of making
takes
many
one of her
concoctions.
vials and does like a slow firebolt to make it start boiling.
Oh.
I can do that.
There's a little more to it than that, dear.
What if I think really hard, and I'm gonna try to think really hard to make
it? I believe it'd have to be a cleric to make it actually work.
Oh. Okay. I can do that.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess it really comes down to if Meek has that holy water and she wants to try to drop it in there, then we can do that. Otherwise, I mean, if she has the other components, if she had, let's say, the powdered silver, or if we could maybe take some silver coins and powder them, then she would have a component she could use in exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then we could just give that one a try.
So you're trying to use all the components with the water in the well?
No. She might have the holy water to cast the protection from evil and good spell. So if she has that, the other component that she could use in place of holy water is just powdered silver. So if she has the holy water, we could powder some silver so she would have that in her component pouch. She could still continue to cast that spell, and then we could use the holy water in the
okay.
Well.
So yeah, whatever. If I had any vials, I would throw it in the well.
Okay. When you go to throw the vial into the well, you see this black ooze come off the top of the water and snatch what you just threw and pull it down into the water.
What?
I think that's evil.
What the fuck?
Let's stay away from that well.
I'm curious.
No.
Can be curious.
No.
What other sort of things can we put down that well?
Well, your Macaw's not here currently.
I'm going to light a torch, so that's two of them gone.
So as you guys are messing with the well, sorry, I don't know how I missed this. You see etched into the north wall
Don't fucking touch the well in Dwarven.
Yeah.
No, you see, you can make this out. It says kill them with acid. It's etched in common.
Kill them with acid.
How
Okay.
did we not see that before?
It's
And
very small.
What
Probably
number
would've
is
been
the smelly
helpful.
well?
Room 8.
Room 8. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it says kill them with acid. That's handy. I probably didn't notice it because I was puking my guts out. Hey, when I puked my guts out and put the stomach acid down that well, did it have any effect on it?
Nope, none.
Oh man. Well, there's hoping. Okay. Just drop a lit torch down there and see what happens when the lit torch goes down.
Into the well?
Mm-hmm.
It hits the water and extinguishes.
Okay.
It looks like that pudding took that vial and went to the bottom of the water.
Mm. Okay.
Puppy!
Oh,
Oh my god.
that is adorable.
I don't know this dog that just showed up in my house.
Oh,
This is a new dog. I'm gonna cry. Why do we have a dog
Oh.
in our house?
We're babysitting.
Oh, we're babysitting.
We're
That's a surprise
babysitting.
babysit.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Well-
baby.
Sorry to derail, but
That's
suddenly a dog.
Oh, no, it's okay. So,
Guy walks in, puppy.
I know. I was not expecting that.
so.
so you guys are all around the well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not.
All right,
by
I
the
am.
well.
Oh, I'm just trying
I'm-
to figure out where you guys are. Don't worry, it doesn't.
I mean, I'm standing
Yeah.
generally.
There's
here,
no
but I'm not,
dangerous
like-
placement
Yeah.
here.
But maybe it should have
Generally
been like
around them.
10 feet because I would have like tossed it in, but I wouldn't have wanted to
Sure.
go like right.
So as you guys are standing wherever you're at and around
How
near,
deep is the
away from
well?
It looks like it's pretty deep. From
Okay.
the torch being dropped down there,
Yeah.
it's probably a good 50, 60 feet deep.
Okay.
But once it hits the water, it extinguishes and you can't really tell.
Yeah.
But as you guys are doing this, Garrick notices out of the corner of his eye a figure appear, and then another figure appear. All around the room, there are what looks like 6 druidic-looking skeletal figures, not quite the same as the other one, in robes. And their eyes are glowing blue. And they all say something at the same time, and as they go to say it, we will end right there.
Oh, fuck you.
Wait, what was that?
They were
Come
all
on.
beginning to speak, and as they began to speak, we ended the session.
Oh.
Blue glowing eyes. That can't be good.
We're gonna need a good name for this session. I don't have one
Totally
yet.
fine.
Smelly encounters.
It's fine. Everything's
Smelly
fine.
encounters.
Close encounters of the smelly kind.
Yeah.
We'll go with that for now.
Hey.
Unless you guys think of something better, but like Friday. Close encounters of the smelly kind. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. If you guys are still with us watching, be sure to hit the follow button. That would be awesome. We would appreciate it. And I'm gonna let everybody say their. Before I let everyone else do it, Sunday this weekend,
Sunday.
I'm going to be doing like a podcast with my wife here on Twitch. We're calling it the RPG Power Hour, and episode 1 will be this Sunday. We're going to introduce ourselves, and hopefully you guys will join us. It'll be about an hour, and we'll just talk about RPGs and interact with anyone who's watching.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that. Also, something I've been holding off saying for a little bit, I will be doing a home game once a month that we will be streaming on Twitch. And it's with my friends Nate from WASD20, Luke from the DM Lair, Jake from Mini Terrain Domain, and then my wife. We're going to be playing Descent into Avernus. And so that'll be once a month on Saturdays. I can confirm that now. I haven't made the graphics or any of that stuff yet. But we are going to use miniatures. I have a camera to show the miniatures on the table and stuff. So yes, really excited about that. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, so now with that, let's go over to Callist. Feel free to plug anything you want.
I plug nothing. So Callist on Twitter, Callist here on Twitch, and that's about it.
One day you'll have something to plug, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Maybe you'll play in another game or something.
No, nah. I've got my Sunday game, but yeah.
Next up, Lady Tiefling.
I'm Lady Tiefling. You can find me at Lady Tiefling on everything. I make loot stuff, and also on Sunday at 7 will be the first episode of our Descent into Avernus stream as well. So I'm excited for that.
That's this Sunday?
Yeah, this Sunday.
What time?
7 Eastern time.
Okay. I might be able to catch an hour or two of it.
But yeah, that should be fun. So what's
Cool.
going on with me?
Cornelius.
Yo. As you said, I'm Cornelius. That goes for Twitch, Twitter, and I never shill this because I don't post all that often, but I'm actually trying to post more often, so I'm going to start shilling it. Cornelius18, Cornelius18, on Instagram. Because that's a thing.
Follow that right now.
Okay. So I don't do anything crazy there. I never share it with anybody, so whatever. Sure. Let's see. I've been streaming a little bit of Minecraft, but now that Destiny 2 has released they've got the new thing. They've switched over everything to Steam, and they've opened a new DLC for it, which just opened yesterday. Once we're done here, I'm gonna run out and take care of some stuff, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm not sure I'm gonna be streaming it tonight, but that's likely gonna make its way into the lineup as well. So I'm gonna be doing some Destiny 2. I'll be doing some Minecraft every now and then, and right now I'm just getting used to the work schedule. On Mondays, you can find me at Salt and Sassy on Twitch. I've recently joined their campaign. It's a long-running campaign that starts at 1 p.m. Central Time, which is where I'm at. And then on Wednesdays, I'll be here. So that's
awesome.
That's my plug.
I love it. Okay, for some reason I was typing in your name wrong, but yeah, you are now followed on Instagram by me. That is a great honor for you.
I was already following you.
Yeah, I don't know how I wasn't following you.
I went to look to make sure, and I was like, "Oh, I'm already following you. That's good."
All right, Tom.
TP_Grant on Twitter. This is my only streamed game. I don't stream my own channel yet. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out that aspect of things maybe next summer. And if you follow me, you'll get some tabletop gaming and you'll get some MMA and grappling content also, because I apparently just like simulated violence and actual violence, and that's my thing apparently.
Pretty much, unless you're fighting flesh golems, then there's no violence by you. It's just.
I mean, like, it was just unsuccessful violence.
There's attempted violence.
Yeah, attempted violence. There's.
Awesome. All right, so this was Master the Game on Twitch. This was the Forgotten Throne campaign, episode 4, and it was a lot of fun. So thank you guys for watching. Again, follow us, and we'll see you guys next time. Game on.